So I'm in my second year of college. Well, okay, third year. I'm just, bad at school. But every now and then I'll find myself reminiscing on my high school days and just think to myself, thank God that's over. I cannot stand high school at all. It was so stupid and such a waste of time. But in that waste of time, I had some pretty interesting experiences. I was never like a cool kid by any means. A lot of people knew me, but that's more because I'm albino. I'm albino, by the way. But not everyone loved me. I even had a couple enemies in high school. There was this one kid, holy crap, we hated each other. He was always like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Blondie. And all his friends would tell him not to. Not because I'm blind, by the way, but because I had been in a lot of fights throughout the years and everyone quickly learned that I don't fight clean. I will go for the eyes and I will go for the balls. So eventually he backed off. I actually had this one teacher who I had some beef with, if you can call it that. He was our band and choir director and he was such a crazy jerk. Let's call him Mr. Mel Flute. He would always freak out and make kids cry and throw stuff, like a child would. I had been in choir all 4 years of high school and we were actually pretty cool with each other. That is until my last semester and also his last semester because he got fired when I joined jazz band. We were called the Ogilfrian Night Owls and I decided I wanted to quit jazz because, I don't know if you know this, but jazz is stupid. So he was the biggest jerk to me now. Overall, I went to class maybe 15 times over the whole 5-month semester because our guidance counselor, we'll call him Mr. Pucus, was also a huge jerk to me because he didn't like my dad because he yelled at him one time during a meeting in front of all my brother's teachers. But the principal hated Mr. Melflute, so I graduated on time despite Mr. Melflute's best efforts. And believe me, there were a lot. I also had some pretty cool teachers. I had this Spanish teacher, Mr. Johnson, who one day just showed up and was like, hey guys, this is my last day as your teacher because I'm moving to Scottsdale or something like that. So, bye. And apparently, Dr. Benz was also discovering this news that day and no one knew what to do. We got this lady who had been a teacher like a day and a half before this, and she was only supposed to be our sub for a couple days until they could find someone more permanent. But we all loved her. Her name was Miss Ramirez. She lives in Pennsylvania now with her doctor husband, who's also a Canadian. She's actually the one who gave me the nickname Blondie. Miss Ramirez and I are best friends, and I used to ditch band in her classroom, actually. It's okay, I can say that since neither her or Mr. Mel Flute work at that school anymore. I had this other teacher, Mrs. Cole. She is so awesome. The first time I ever met her, I walked into her class to ask if I could join creative writing, and it was already a couple weeks into the semester. I walk in and she goes, who are you? What do you want? I heard this was your free period. It's not! What do you want? Can I, join your creative writing class? I guess. We still have lunch together whenever I'm in town. If you're watching this, what's up, Mrs. Cole? Sorry I made your voice sound like that. Oh man, I had this art teacher who hated me. And no one really liked her that much, but we hated each other. And anyone who went to Agua High School in the 2012-13 year will know exactly what the heck I'm about to talk about. So there was this one day where I had to pee towards the end of class since it was September and I live in Arizona. So everyone drinks a bunch of water, and this was my last class of the day. My school got out at 2:05, and at about 1:50 I asked to go to the bathroom. She's like, No. We only have 15 minutes left of class. You can wait even though you only have 5 minutes to get to the bus and everyone goes to the bathroom after class and the bus will not wait for you. But I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. We did not have 15 minutes left of class. At about 2 o'clock, it's announced we're going into lockdown. They always say not to have your phone out during a lockdown, but come on, we're trying to get the 411. As it turns out, someone shot the ice cream man down the street and was on the run. So I ended up having to wait almost 4 hours to pee because somebody didn't want to pay for their frickin' bomb pop. It was literally the worst day of high school in my life. I think the ice cream man died. I ended up dropping the class because the title was visual arts, and since I'm blind, I was able to get out. What class did I even switch into? Oh, childhood development. What's up, Mrs. Bravo? The girl I sat with in that class actually has a child now, so I hope she paid attention.